This is just showing how the wiring's done. I can never remember what that thing's called there, but it just takes it from the 240 volt down to the 12 volt. This one on the right here, that's the one that comes from under the floorboards from the socket. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little L and a N stamped on it there, so live and neutral. So you just put your wires in there. Then you've got a block of 3 there and a block of 3 there. The V plus, that's your live, and the next one over is the V minus, they're your neutrals. So you just screw one into each side of there. It's power coming in, 12 volt going out, then it goes down under the floorboards and out into the box where the heater is. If anybody is doing the same or very similar way to what I did it, where they're coming through the floorboards, make sure that you're not getting too big a hole drilled there. What I did, I worked it out so I'd actually come between half boards, if you know what I mean, half in that board, half in this one. But this side here, if I'd have gone with the next size up and I'd have come straight through there, that would have been that full plank. And if I'd have matched it up on the other side, I'd have had a full hole there, which ain't too bad if it's under the carpet. But once the carpet's back on and you forget, if there's no supporting these end bits here, and any weight goes on there, like we'll be putting a vacuum in here, that could snap off, and then you haven't got a board underneath. I just thought I'd mention that bit. Right, there's the boxing in bits done. Not special about them, I've just put some brackets on the inside, glued them together, threw some little pilot holes, and then stuck some nails in just to hold it in place. But it needs a bit of sanding off just to get them more into shape. But as you can see down there, I'm nowhere near the electric. Then once it's in, hold on, I'll just push the carpet down. There you go. Here, grab the vacuum cleaner. And that'll do it. Job's a good one. Well, all I'm waiting for now is the Jubilee clips that are going to go onto the pump and the bits for the air intake. But I've been having a little think to myself. There is your ducting. That is 75mm. But to put that over the end there, where am I? That is 85mm, if it ever focuses in. That's 85mm. If I take that off, and just do it around the thread, that takes it down to 80mm, which means it's still 5mm bigger than that. Now what I'm deciding I might do is, we've got some cheap nasty cups. If I chop the end off of there, bung that in there, that would be a duct tape that, because it's only cold air that's going to be going through there, and then the other end will be able to go on there. I've just got to whittle this down bit by bit. I'm still balancing iPad. I have to whittle it down bit by bit so that it's not too big and I don't overdo it and cut too much off. But I think that is going to be the easiest way to do it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I will let you know how things turn out. Right, there it is. You just need to wrap some duct tape around that. That's it. But that should bend. Where am I? Get rid of the air filter. That should bend round into the breeze block. And it's the bedroom at the other side of that wall, so it'll go from there, maybe 3 foot that way, and then it'll pop up through the floor. That'll be the air in, through there, and then out into the house. And hopefully it'll give us loads of nice warm air. Things are starting to come now. So it was my birthday. Jubilee clips turned up. They're on. A straight connector turned up. So this is now connected together. That will reach all the way into the boxing in bit. And the insulated ducting, that's also turned up. So I'll whop that onto this bit. It's just a matter of feeding it through, connecting it on to the end down there. That is turning just a little touch. And then I'm waiting for the extended exhaust pipe and the 75mm ducting to go into the bedroom, and watch them take another 2-3 weeks. There we go, ducting's in. It's down to the far in there, if you can see it, comes up. I've got a bit of a gap there, so what I might do is I might just put some expanding foam around that, because it's all going to be covered over. What else did I get? Jubilee clips. Right, oh, connector. Yep, so it's all done. If anybody else is thinking of doing the insulated ducting, what I did was, that is a 2 metre length. It's probably about 2.5 metres. But what I did was, I got some rope, well, some string, doubled it up, threaded my arm down inside. That's actually 100mm, it's 4 inches that. I threaded my arm down, grabbed this, pulled it through, then tied it onto the black ducting, stretched the insulated ducting, and then just pulled it through with the string. Otherwise, as you start pulling it, all the coiled proper ducting inside it, all that just starts bunching up and falling out. So that's how I managed to do this. Pity I didn't think about doing that under floorboards. Right, the boxing in has been done. It's all the way up to edge. Just need to put some around the pipe there. It stops just short of the end of the air brick, but I'll be felting over this and I'll boom some in the air brick to stop mice getting in. So now I just need to drill an hole either there or on this side panel there for exhaust to come out. But I've done it, so if I undo where I'm at, if I undo that screw there, this side panel will come off, but I'm putting another 2 screws in there to hold it in place. That's it, up to scratch so far. But all I'm waiting for is the ducting and the exhaust, which still haven't turned up. So I reckon that'll be sometime next week, but we're on Saturday morning now. So just a matter of waiting for that to turn up. Well, I'm still waiting for the ducting that will go from there into the bedroom. That is probably still in China, hasn't been posted out yet. but the exhaust turned up today because it's going to be going through this end board and the bottom of, hold on, I'll just get it open, that bit at the bottom there. I've put some of the exhaust bandage on to keep the heat away, and what I'm going to do is feed it underneath there, around the back of the soil pipe, and then it'll come up inside to where the heater is. Right, I'll show you what happened once that's done. Right, it is now all threaded down the back. I've connected it underneath. It's well insulated against the wood. I can lift that up just a little bit. So that bit's done. Next I will put the boxing back together again, but now I know where it's coming through, I'll cut a bigger hole out of there, put some of the netting on it, some of the wire mesh, and cut an hole in the mesh and bring the exhaust pipe through there. And by the look of it, it's going to, the bandage is going to finish just inside the boxing in. So that's virtually perfect, is that? And I'll show you it when that bit's completed. Right, it's now all back together. Just need to put the felt on top. Down here, if you can see, I've got clearance at the bottom, so the exhaust won't be touching any of the wood, even though it should be cool enough by the time it gets down this end. So I've just got to put the silencer on the end and salt it up, and that'll be this bit done. I could leave that all the way up to the end, but it goes past there and I don't fancy bending it around, so I'll just keep it straight and just put the silencer on the end. Right, I've come up against a slight hiccup now. Where the exhaust pipe there is nice and smooth, the silencer slides into it. If you look at it, that looks slightly thinner than this bit here, the ripple stuff. So the theory was it would still slide in and might need clamping down a bit. But as it happens, these ends, once have been these ends, once this has been cut off, they're the exact same size as this. I've tried smashing it out a bit, see if I could widen it, but that hasn't worked. So what I've got to do now is find a piece that'll fit both inside this part and inside that part. And if I get my little doohickey bit, not that I can see out because I'm doing it on iPad again. That is, can't see it, is it about 23? No, yeah, 24. That's 24 millimeters, that. So I need one that's 22, maybe 23. So I'll have to have a rummage around and see what I can find to do it with that. Right, I've got it all sorted. I couldn't get nothing that would fit, that would fit that bit. So we had a tin of bacon grill. So what I did, I ate the bacon grill, cut the sides off, split that so it was one long thin piece, curled it up nice and tight, put it on, slapped a load of exhaust paste around it, and now it's on and tight. So the exhaust system should now be sorted. just waiting for the ducting and then it'll be good to go. The heater is now on and smoking like a good one. There's no instructions, well there is, but they're really crap instructions of how to, basically how to do out on it. But it's running, so we've just got to hope that it'll, I might have flooded it when we first started, but I can also see loads of little air bubbles jumping about. I wonder if that's got else to do with it. But if that were flooded, it should have cleared off by now. I'm not sure how to get into the secret menu on this one, because instead of having 5 buttons, it's only got 4. Right, it took a minute, maybe 2 minutes of heavy smoke, but now it's nice and clear. Everything seems to be running. I might have to tilt it out just a little bit from the wall, because that's hot air coming out of there and it's blowing out these. Might do it sort of as if it's going to do any damage to them. I just need to move it out just a little bit. That'll do it. Yep, it's away from the pipes. That all seems to be going as it should do. Back in the house. Dog that shits itself every time you walk in because he's deaf as a post. Oh, we've got some nice warm air coming through this one. And we've got nice warm air, not that you can see. But we've got some nice warm air coming through this one as well. So far, everything's as it should be. Now, I know on the video that sounds very loud. And to me, it does sound a bit on the loud side. So what we're going to do is, once we've powered that off, I'm going to turn the central heating on and stand around here, which is probably the same distance, and see how much noise that kicks out. Well, that is the central heating, and I'm about 3 feet away from it. And I'm about 3 feet away from that. So I'd say the diesel heater definitely makes more noise than the central heating. But noise wise here, if you haven't got the box open, don't hear the clicking, you hardly hear the fan. So this part's nice and quiet. All you can hear is the exhaust. I don't think there's any way of making that any quieter. Well, the heater's on and it's running. The instructions were no good, about as much use as a chocolate fire guard, because all the other remotes have all got 5 buttons. This has only got 4. Not that you can see it, but that bit there where there's normally another button, there's nothing there. So that was a waste of time. But we've got heat coming out of that one and heat coming out of this one. Right, we'll just have a little blast of the heat gun and see what it says. Right, where am I? That's about 18 inch away from it. some nice warm air. I don't know how far, I think this is supposed to be about a foot away, which puts me to about there. It's about 180, 182. So nice warm air, that'll do. We'll just have to see how much fuel it goes through now. There's the little man dog that keeps crapping itself because he's as deaf as a post. Right, I've got a sensor up there, so it's picking up at the top of the room, and it is 25.8 degrees Celsius. The room is I think it's 13 feet by 18 feet. Yeah, 13 feet by 18 feet. But then the kitchen door's open and he's just coming. So it's actually keeping the kitchen warm and the living room warm at 25.5 degrees Celsius.